So here's a little thing about me. I genuinely do not care for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I think he is too much of like a 12-year-old, if that makes sense. I mean, at the end of No Way Home, he kind of got a little bit better, but like I still think he looks too young and he sounds too young, and I don't know. I just don't really like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. He's a good actor, but I don't know. In general, I'm just kind of done with Spider-Man being like, I don't know, a high schooler, but he doesn't really act like a high schooler when he's like doing his normal thing. He acts more like a literal child. So yeah, I'm just over it. But naturally, what am I doing with this figure then? Well, it just happens to be that I just finished Spectacular Spider-Man, which is a very, very good Spider-Man cartoon. And my man Spoon Dude did a really, really cool thing where he took this body and put a Spectacular Spider-Man head on top of it. And it looked really cool. I'm not really sure. He didn't really vanilla pose him, so I'm not quite sure what it actually looks like. But I really, really want to try it out. So luckily, I found this figure here for $5, which is a downright steal, because those figures are pretty expensive in general. He's a little bit loose, like, he has this horrible articulation. You remember, like, the type of, like, Y articulation, where you need to move this ball hinge around for the leg to bend in, like, the direction you want, and it's just kind of really obnoxious, and he's, like, a bit floppy, and he's very pre-posed, like, he doesn't have any swivels in his hands, and etc. But the head is actually pretty good. Originally, it looked a lot worse. Like, he didn't even have this circle in the middle, for starters. So I just stripped off the paint and repainted the entire thing, so the web lines are a lot cleaner. And I figured I would just try what Spoon Dude did and, yeah, swap the head. I really, really love these retro cards, but they are really difficult to open, like, because it's 2 layers of cardboard instead of just one, like back in the day. And here we have him out. Got that new plastic smell. So I know this figure has an infamous streak of breaking on a lot of people, so hopefully mine won't break at the leg if I try to turn. Oh, that is one stiff joint. I can see why it broke. Okay, so the swivel here seems to be alright. What about this one? There we go. The arm. Okay, we're good. And this top bit is not... There we go. Now we just need the hips to start cooperating with me. Something I can see here that the joint is like shearing. No, this is not good. I'm gonna have to heat this up. So we got the leg off with heat, and I'm just gonna lightly sand this joint to relieve some of that tension. On a more unfortunate side note, my wrists have really been acting up recently, and so has my thumb and my index finger on this side. So I think I might have like tennis elbow, and that really, really sucks, but I'm gonna see a doctor about it on Friday. So hopefully I can fix it. There we go. Legs can move quite freely now. And I did it on this side too, just to make sure both of them were the same. So, you have a Tom Holland head too. Really, really good likeness. I really, really love how Hasbro is just getting better and better with the face printing and the sculpts as well. So, just so I can see what this looks like. I absolutely love this head. It's very, very John Romita Sr. inspired, and I am all for it because that's kind of my mental image of Spider-Man. I do quite like more modern takes on him too, but like this is kind of what he looked like in the animated series, and you know, all those like old promo pictures of Spider-Man, it's just he has these eyes, and I don't know, it's just a very nostalgic thing to me. I really, really love these eyes. However, this is not what this video is about. So This head is like a little bit bigger and it's obviously stylized, but it wouldn't really be the Spectacular Spider-Man if it wasn't this stylized head. Obviously, these proportions are more realistic and the blue is also metallic, but I honestly can't really be bothered to fix that. But we are going to just swap the heads and then I'm gonna put him on a shelf and just kind of have him there as my representation of the show because I really love the show. And the reason why I don't want to do it with this figure is because, as you can see, he's not very stable. He doesn't even have any ankle joints, so it's like a little bit of a bother sometimes to make him stand, considering. Yeah, he just wants to go like everywhere. So I'm gonna start with heating this head up and then we'll see. So judging from the very limited articulation of this figure, I didn't actually think it was a ball joint. I thought it was just a swivel. So let's see how well these two balls match up. Maybe I don't have to do any drilling. That would be fantastic. And of course I am not lucky at all because I will need to drill. As you can see, the head sits really high on this body, but I don't know, I quite like it. Obviously the neck is really long, as I said, but we can fix that. How are we gonna fix it? We're gonna fix it by, we're gonna hollow out this head even more so the plastic is able to stretch a little bit more, and then it's gonna just kind of slide on and it's gonna look great. So pretty much every time I use my rotor tool on camera, I end up messing something up. And more often than not, even when I'm not using it, I mess up anyway. So we figured we would just be very careful this time, which isn't the first time I've said that, but maybe the millionth time is like the charm. So yeah. Okay, there was one moment, I don't know if you saw it, but my hand almost slipped out. But let's see, has it changed anything? No, not really. Or maybe it's just that the ball is touching. I'm gonna hollow this out a little bit more and see if that makes a difference. So before I start with the hot glue trick, this is pretty much where we started, and then since I thinned out like the plastic here, it goes down to here, and this looks infinitely more natural. So yeah, we're gonna do the hot glue trick, and for this we need some regular plastic foil. We'll just get it around. We'll just get it around the body like so, kind of like when you go to the hairdressers, and then you take a glue gun. You put in a generous amount of glue, and then quick before the glue hardens, you plop it down like so, and then you literally just wait. And then just like that, as you can see here, there's still some glue residue in here, but that's fine because we're never gonna see this. So boom, I can feel there's like a nice little half click there, so it sits on well enough. I can also remove it, but it takes like a little bit of force, like slightly less than a regular head, but it's on there pretty snugly. And because we went so close to the actual head, all the articulation is pretty much seamless. I honestly think this does look pretty freaking good. Obviously the styles don't completely mix, but for what it is, I think it's a good enough representation of Spectacular on my shelf with a little bit of custom flavor to it. So we got him in the traditional Spidey pose, and wow, it looks a little bit wonky if he stands like straight up, but post, genuinely, he looks fantastic. I absolutely love this. And because I don't really like the Tom Holland Spider-Man, nothing of value was truly lost. So thank you for watching, and I would also like to say thank you for the overwhelmingly positive response to my Rogue figure. So thanks guys, and hope you stick around for the next video. Bye!
I am the Spectacular Spider-Man!
Good old Spider Sense. What would I do without you? That's why JJ pays me the big bucks.